Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the DC Universe Annotated podcast. Now, on this episode, we're talking about a few cool things here. The first and foremost one is some of these additional Justice League Snyder Cut reshoots. Not reshoots, I guess, but additional filming. More so than reshoots, which is pretty cool. Just because we're going to get more of characters. I think when this whole Snyder Cut stuff first started, we didn't think they were going to actually do. Like Deathstroke is coming back at a larger capacity, supposedly. Jared Leto's Joker is coming back. So there's a pretty cool group of surprises in there that we'll touch upon and discuss. Also, some character descriptions for characters like Dr. Fate, who will be in the upcoming Black Adam movie. Then also some villain rumors for both Shazam 2 and Black Adam. And then we're going to round off this episode with the HBO Green Lantern series that's going to be on HBO Max. And basically just talking about, based on the news and comments that have been made by producers and showrunners, what we're hoping to see, what to kind of expect to see, things along that line. Now, if you'd like to hear the full audio version alongside the bonus fourth segment, which is about HBO's Max's Green Lantern series today, follow the podcast on Spotify and SoundCloud. Links will be in the video description. Or search DC Universe Annotated on Spotify and/or SoundCloud respectively. Those versions publish at noon Eastern time, same day as the 3 segments on YouTube, which for this podcast is Monday. But actually, before we get into it, let me introduce my co-host. For those who don't remember him from the last episode, but Jorge, how's it going? How's your weekend been so far?
It's been pretty good so far. How about you?
It's been, I was sick the last week or so, which wasn't great. Not COVID, which was, nice. But still, it's just it's always weird right now if you are sick, especially because I know it's flu season and it's starting to get colder. I mean, at least where I'm living, right? It's been kind of warm one day and it'll be cold the next day, which is a little confusing on the body maybe, but yeah, I mean, it's really scary right now because every time someone sneezes or coughs or does anything that could be misconstrued as COVID symptoms, everyone immediately is on high alert. You know what I mean? But luckily there's a testing site across from me. So, in terms of getting tested, it's pretty accessible. But yeah, I feel better now though. So happy that's over.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear about that.
Yeah. Do you have which one of these topics do you think, before we get into it, are you looking the most forward to talking about?
Personally, I'm looking forward to talking about the Green Lantern HBO show, just because I've been a big fan of Green Lantern since I was a little kid. So really looking forward to getting into that stuff.
Cool. All right, man. Speaking of Black Adam and Shazam and, the magic and all this stuff, the Illuminerdi also reported on the villains for those films. So for Black Adam, it looks like they're going to be using a villain. And this is actually really clever of them. I didn't expect them to pull out this villain, but it makes a lot of sense thematically if they want to, connected in that aspect. But Sabak is going to be the villain. And basically his whole thing is it's a Russian mob boss who steals the powers of a powerful demon. And it's powers that are kind of like a mirror to Shazam's in terms of, Shazam, he's power of Zeus and Hercules and Mercury and, Achilles, all that stuff, right? Stamina of Atlas. He says that gets the powers, he becomes Shazam. Black Adam does something similar with Egyptian-based gods, and he becomes Black Adam instead of Teth Adam. Sabak, when he says Sabak, he gets the powers of all these various demons. So Belial, Beelzebub, Satan, Asmodeus, he gets all these demon powers.
I feel we'll get a better understanding of how these magic types work or anything like that. Because I feel we will also need some more characters introduced in these movies to also help us understand what's going on. Because I know a lot of people don't really know who is what's his name, Sabak. Yeah, I don't know why I was going to give his name.
No, that's cool. He's not super well known, so it's all good.
Yeah, because even when I looked him up earlier, I even saw he was a character that was not very he was not mentioned in very many comics throughout the years. He just played a lot of very minor roles, and like you said, he didn't really have a connection with Shazam, which I find very interesting because this is a demon character. So, and this is just DC fanboy talking in me, but like I feel like because this is a demon, like we could see like other demon characters show up in this movie too to like help out Shazam. Like one of the first themes that come to mind is Etrigan the Demon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard of it, but like he's a demon that always speaks in rhyme and is like pretty known to be pretty powerful in the DC universe. So I think because of this character's involvement, maybe down the road we could have like other characters such as Etrigan involved in later projects.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be really cool. You know, something I was thinking about, and it totally had slipped my mind before. So if you look back at the Earth 2 comics, which we kind of referenced before with Dr. Fate and everything, there is a creature in the Tower of Fate called the Great Beast. And it's supposed to be like the guardian of the Tower of Fate. But the thing that's really interesting about it is the fact it's basically... In Earth 2, it's like the embodiment of the red, which is like, you know, connected to the Beast Boy and Animal Man, and it connects all animal life on Earth. But appearance-wise, it looks like a demon. So it'd be really interesting to me to see if they connect all of that, which in a way would allow you to connect Dr. Fate with Black Adam, you know, like again, right? Because there might be this demon that is trapped in the Tower of Fate. And it'd be interesting to see, too, if they connect the Tower of Fate with the Rock of Eternity. But, you know, if the Great Beast is what they might call it, like the demon spirit that ends up coming into interaction with Sabbac, you know, it'd just be really cool to me if it's like that's kind of a storyline they work with, maybe. I just don't know. Honestly, it's just there's so much we don't know in terms of their backstories. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it is really contingent upon like, are they going to retcon like Naboo from Dr. Fate to be, you know, from Kadak like Black Adam, or are they going to do ancient Egypt? And, you know, a lot of people were hoping they were going to do Wotan as well. So will Wotan be a part of it as well or no? I mean, there's just...
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, we should just like remember like it seems like they're doing what they just want to do because they're putting characters that I think that we won't see in comics, like for example, just Shazam and this character right now we're talking about. Just since they don't really have that much interaction with the comics, but they're gonna have in this movie. Like, I feel like they could just at this moment just pluck out any character that they feel could fit in this like storyline or like new like little world for DC. I feel like they could just do that, and as long as it works, they'll do it, and hopefully be enjoyable for us to watch.
Speaking actually of, you know, we said they also did the Shazam 2 villains. So supposedly Shazam 2 is going to be doing a group of villains called the Sisters. And this is basically a deviation of the Kindly Ones, which are three powerful witches, Cynthia, Mildred, and Mordred. Which are usually, according to the Illuminerdi who reported this news, which is technically a rumor until otherwise confirmed, they are more so associated with Sandman than Shazam. However, there is also a character called the Three Faces of Evil from the comics. And basically they are represented by terror, sin, and wickedness. And they're like a Shazam villain, but they're usually... They're not like three sisters necessarily. They're usually like three heads, like a Hydra kind of, like on a dragon. So do you remember that animated Hercules movie?
The Disney one, correct?
Yeah, with like the Hydra.
Yep, I was thinking exactly that.
That's kind of what it looks like if you look up the Three Faces of Evil in Shazam. Like there's like a cover, I think it's like Shazam number 47. Yeah. Shazam number 47, it's like him fighting, you know, the Three Faces of Evil, and it literally looks very similar to the Hydra from the Hercules movie. But, you know, basically it's described as a monstrous three-headed dragon of demonic appearance and monstrous design, with a body made out of tentacles similar to those of an octopus. The coloration varies from red to purple, and it has an already frightening appearance made worse by its immense size. And it is not only a dragon, but it's a embodiment of evil. Its goals are to destroy the world, spread evil across everywhere, and kill Shazam.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting because like you said, like we're expecting to see, according to this article, like a Hydreigon type monster. But like you said, like I could see how this could be like a possibility of like two characters mixed in one. And like I could see the way the Sandman version of the characters could still correlate with Shazam's version of the character by like saying maybe through the Sandman's version of the character, it could be like, I don't know, like a first form kind of say, and then like the big ending movie battle will be against like the Hydrogen form of the villain. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah, I feel like it'll help with the suspense and build up towards the conclusion of the movie as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Yeah, because they already said like in the end of the first Shazam movie, the Shazam family is going to be around. I mean, Jorge, what do you think about the villain, so to speak, for Shazam 2?
I kind of think it's a really interesting take on it because, like you said, like it is a combination of two different characters. Like one's going to be like an adaptation of, like this could be an adaptation from the Sandman, and then another adaptation from the actual Shazam comics. And I believe the one from like the sisters from the Sandman comics were like a bit more human-like as compared to Shazam's. So I could see how this like combination of characters could like lead like final build-up for the end of the movie. Like throughout the whole movie, you can see the sisters in like their human form, I guess, and then like at the end, we could just totally see them transform into this like big, huge monster, like three-headed monster thing that we could see Shazam and, hopefully, I think the family's going to be in it too. And his family was going to fight at the end of the movie. Because I don't think in the first movie we saw the original Seven Deadly Sins combined or anything like that. I think they all like fought them separately.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting. So, in preparation for talking about this part, I couldn't remember, earlier, whether it was in the movie or just the New 52 comics, whether the Seven Deadly Sins combined to form like a mega creature that the Shazam family had to fight. So I pulled up the comic, right? And I feel so stupid because I referenced it when we were talking earlier in this segment about the Black Adam villain, Sabbac and everything. Literally, New 52 Sabbac is in the Shazam comic at the end. And it's literally the combination of the Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh.
So, yeah, so like at least in New 52, when the Seven Deadly Sins combined, they form that version of Sabbac. Like they all basically, how they could like possess people?
Yeah.
So instead of one of them possessing someone, they all went into like a human vessel. And it transformed it into like a demonic creature that literally looks exactly like Sabbac. I mean, it has the flame breath. It has the red demonic body with the horns exact same way. The kind of the, I don't even know, like the pentagram, I guess. I think that's what it's called, like on the chest, like burning pentagram. Like it literally looks exactly like them. So I guess that'd be kind of cool, even though now that makes me wonder, will the Seven Deadly Sins appear in the Black Adam movie?
Right. And maybe they could be more of Sabbac.
Yeah, maybe. Well, actually, I don't know. I should have rewatched the Shazam movie before we did this segment because I don't remember. Did they do that in the Shazam movie where they like all the sins at the same time go into Dr. Savannah? Like I feel like they didn't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So then they wouldn't do that then. But I do find it interesting how in the comic Sabbac does appear, and we were just talking about him. So I wonder if they might take some inspiration from that to some extent. But I mean, that's kind of cool. I'm all for it. You know what I really want to see though is I want to see them do like the Shazammed tiger. Like I'm like breezing through this this comic really quick as we're talking, and there's like a whole part where like a tiger attacks Black Adam, and Black Adam's about to hit the tiger, and then Shazam like empowers the tiger momentarily, and it just like F's up Black Adam for a bit, and then he like unshazams it, so to speak.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Pretty cool seeing like just considering this they do like some funny stuff. That'd be pretty cool to see or funny to see. Like I could see them doing that in a comical way.
Between Black Adam and Shazam 2, I mean, do you have any hopes in terms of how those movies will converge? Because eventually we know Shazam will have to meet Black Adam. There's no way you keep them separate. You know what I mean? So, like, do you have any hopes for that? What do you think? Do you think Shazam might appear in Black Adam?
I feel like he would, but not as a main character. I would feel like he would do definitely a cameo. I could definitely see a cameo like the end credit scene to like hype the fans up for a Black Adam versus Shazam movie, or maybe not even a Black Adam versus Shazam movie, but like just a movie for a crossover movie for them. Because like as of right now, just based on what we're talking about, you can see that there's a lot of correlations between these two characters, and from what they're doing with the movies, like there's a whole bunch of possibilities of what could happen here. Because I also feel like with these two characters, just like interacting with each other, it's gonna cause a whole bunch of other characters to interact with each other. Kind of like a Captain America versus Iron Man thing.
Everyone, thanks for listening to this episode. I promise future episodes will be more organized in terms of less pauses, I guess. But you guys probably won't hear it because I'll edit it out. But yeah, thanks for listening. Comment below your favorite segment, and we'll catch you next week.